Alright, now this truck right here, this monster truck, if you want to call it that, is a toy grade, obviously. And believe it or not, this was my first kind of RC that really got me into the hobby grade RCs. When I was younger, I used to have plenty of Tycos and, you know, the fast tracks and the nitro dozers and the Bajas and all of that, but I never really knew that this whole nother world existed of RC, you know, RC cars. I always thought it, you know, the quality of the car really depended on the price. You know, you go to Toys R Us or, you know, Walmart or any of these places, and the higher you paid for the RC, you know, in my thinking, it was, you know, it made it better. And you know, later I found out that that wasn't the case. Actually, it didn't really matter what the price was. It actually mattered the components to make the RC. You know, what parts you can interchange, speed, all those other things. You know, so yeah, I had a rude awakening after hundreds of dollars being spent on toy grade RCs when I, you know, finally stumbled upon this world of hobby grade RCs. Alright guys, so yeah, this was basically, if you can even call it that, my first taste into the hobby grade RC scene. This is, in no way is this a hobby grade RC, but you know, it has some sort of components that, you know, gave me a little taste of what's out there and what to expect. So, you know, I was really excited at first with this vehicle. And then, you know, once I realized that there was way better out there, that's, you know, when it kicked off for me. So, yeah, at first, I mean, it comes with basic tires, you know, monster truck. But, I mean, there's not much to the tires at all, actually. There isn't even any foam. It's just pure air. It's a decent rubber component. You know, there isn't really anything out of this world when it comes to these tires. They do seem to be interchangeable with a basic screw. I have actually changed these tires, and I've put on some hobby grade tires with foam inserts and all of that. But you know what? It actually decreases the speed in this vehicle. I guess it's meant to have these tires. It does have a rear differential. I mean, see how I can get a shot of this. Basically, you know, independent wheel differential. Also, the body itself is a hobby grade interchangeable. Feels more like it's made out of PVC than anything else. Probably is. Now, if we remove the body, which you can, it's being held up, you know, like hobby grade, by these little, by the pins, you know, that usually keep them there. We remove the body. All right. And what you have here is a covered up electronic system. I mean, I was gonna remove this part of the car so you guys can see you know, what the electronics look like in this thing, but as you can see, there's, you know, I gotta remove this screw, this one, that one, there's one in there, another there, there's too many screws, you know, and too much trouble just to show you guys some, you know, cheaply made electronics. There's nothing special about those. Alright, so now we got past the electronics. There you go, there's a shot of that. Nothing really going on in there. We go to the suspension, you know. This is the underside, by the way. And there's really not much going on, just a basic body. This car is operated by a 9.6 volt battery, standard battery, 9.6 volts. It does come in with a charger as well. It usually takes at least up to 4 hours to fully charge Well, on one charge, it usually lasts maybe 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how hard you're running the RC. So I mean, you can get some drive time out of it, but it's not really much. Here's the front body post. You see some little clips holding onto that. Here's a front bumper, if you want to call it that. It's being held by one screw. I guess you could remove that. It's really hard plastic. I mean, it's pretty flexible actually, but it's still pretty hard. The front suspension, it does have an independent suspension. Let's see what we can do here. There you go, and there you go. Not much special going on in here. This is the rear suspension, and just pretty decent. It's nothing too crazy. I forgot to mention, I bought this car on eBay. This car is all over the place on eBay, on Amazon, on different websites. You know, there really isn't a name to it. It's just called the RS4 Racing High Speed, and then here it says Thunder Danger Racing Production. I mean, Thunder, there's God knows how many names to this kind of truck. There isn't an exact name. On eBay, on every other website I've been on, it just goes by RC Monster Truck. That's really all it goes by. Now, the price range usually ranges between, I would say, $40, maybe $50, and $60, depending on what website you go to. They're all the same cars, identical cars. Maybe the bodies are different. So, I mean, I've even seen some go up to, you know, 80 or 120, which it's not even completely not worth it. At the most, I would say this car is maybe worth 40, maybe 50, if you really want to be fair. Here's the motor. It's being housed right there. It's a decent sized motor. There it is. This is a 280 type motor. I mean, there isn't much going on, you know, power wise, but it does get some decent speed. If you're, you know, giving this as a gift to maybe a young kid who's just getting into the whole RC thing, you know, you want to, maybe he's a little older and you want him to get a little taste of you know, what's out there. I mean, it does have some decent power. You know, it's pretty fun. The vehicle is rear-wheel drive. It's not a four-wheel drive. So, I mean, that's all you're gonna get out of it. The steering isn't so bad neither, as you can see. Let's see here. The steering servo is in there somewhere. I mean, it's not the world's best actually. Steering kind of sucks, but overall, the vehicle is pretty good for the price. All right, so I think this is as in-depth and as informative as it can get when it comes to this particular car. As you can see, I actually have two of them. I have two of them. You know, something for my kids to mess around with without them ruining my more expensive RCs. But yeah, this is the price isn't that bad. This is what the truck looks like. It's on eBay. I'm sure most of you guys have seen it everywhere. So now you guys seen, you know, what it's made out of, the components and all of that. So now let's take it outside and let's see this thing in action, and let's see if it's worth the money when it comes to performance. Alright, see you guys out there. Alright guys, one thing I forgot to mention before I do the speed run and maybe a couple rounds of this car is that this is like the control that it comes with, and it's a 27 megahertz regular control. The antenna goes up. It supposedly has semi-digital proportional steering, but I don't think it does. And then no proportional throttle or reverse. And the vehicle is rear wheel drive, and it uses a 9.6 volt battery. It takes up to 4 hours to charge. Alright, so where this fire hydrant is approximately 100 feet, and that little black speck over there is the car. We're gonna see how many seconds it takes it to get to this line right here, which is where the fire hydrant is. Alright, like I said, I don't have another person to help me out recording. I apologize for doing it this way. I hate when people do these kind of videos this specific way, because you really don't get to see the car in action that much, but this is the best I can do for at least this car. Alright, and here we go. Alright guys, this is the last test. This test is what I like to call the freestyle test, you know, just driving it around, trying to do some jumps and stuff like that, just to test the overall performance of the car. Guys, well, that was a video review of the RS4 two-wheel drive monster truck, generic name, very popular on eBay. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get the shots that I wanted, which was like a lot of action shots, zooming in and all that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have another person to help me film like I was supposed to, and they had to do something. So that's the best I can do for today. I didn't want to wait any longer to release a video. So my next reviews will be a lot better. This is just my first attempt. Alright guys, well until next time.